Wrestling for Winchester at 152 pounds, Anthony Fraumeni. Anthony's a freshman, but he's come up through the youth wrestling program. He's wrestled well so far this year. He took a third and a fourth in the two tournaments we've been to. Winchester was at this year. Not bad results for a freshman wrestling at 152. Anthony's opponent, Nathan Perry of Reading. Perry took fourth place at the Wakefield tournament. Won 2 and lost 2 at that tournament on Saturday. Okay, little headgear malfunction, but we're ready to go again. Two points for Anthony Fraumeni for the takedown. That's the end of the first period. Winchester's choice, we defer. Winchester defers. I guess we couldn't defer because Reading deferred before Coach Tremblay did. So Anthony chooses to start in the neutral position, go for the takedown again. Two-point takedown for Anthony Fraumeni, 4-0 with 30 seconds left in the second period. 2 minutes to go. Anthony has a 4-0 lead over Nathan Perry of Reading. We have a blood timeout again. Reading is bleeding. Gives Coach Tremblay some spare time to do some coaching. Give Anthony Fromeni some advice on how to defeat Nathan Perry from Reading. 11 left in the match. Anthony Fromeni has a 4-0 lead. Winchester over Nathan Perry from Reading. Again, the team score is 30-11. Winchester has won 5 matches by pin. Reading has won 3 matches, 2 by decision and 1 by a technical fall. Seconds to go. Coach wants Anthony to get an escape, get 1 point. Always building that mentality of 1 more point. Doesn't matter in this match perhaps, but it may in the next one. The score is 33 Winchester, 11 Reading. At 160, Doug McDonald for Winchester in the red singlet, going against David Graham of Reading. Reading's wrestler took 5th place at the Lusitano tournament. In his 2 tournaments, Doug McDonald has a 2nd place and a 3rd place. 30 seconds left in the first period. Doug scores a 2-point takedown. That was interesting. Doug was going to walk around, get on the near side and cradle him. But there were only 4 seconds left. You heard the coach Tremblay yelling, "Get two." And he just took him straight to his back to get those 2 points. It wasn't as good for a pin, but with the short time, just exposing the back and getting the back points was the best thing to do. Reading gets a reversal. With 35 seconds left in the second period, Doug pins his opponent. He had a 4-2 lead when he got the reversal and then the pin. Okay, Winchester has clinched victory tonight. The score is 39-11. We've got 4 matches left. At 170, Cole King is wrestling against John Ross. John took second at the Wakefield Lusitano tournament. Left in the first period. Seconds left in the first period. Wrestling 182 for Winchester, Joe Fallon, one of the 4 co-captains. His opponent is Brendan Byrne of Reading. Byrne of Reading took 3rd place at the Wakefield Lusitano tournament. potentially dangerous hold. Stop the match. Joe Fallon has a 6-1 lead. Excuse me, 4-1 lead. Joe Fallon also took a 3rd place in the first tournament this year, Sons of Italy. And then he took a 1st place last weekend at he took 3rd at King Philip, but took 1st place at Sons of Italy on Saturday. Two. 40 seconds left in the first period. So it's all tied up 4-4 with 6 seconds left in the first period. Reading chooses down to start the second period. All tied up 4 each. Got a little bit of blood on the wrestlers. They're going to wipe their skin down. There's the real competition for the evening. That's Reading's cable access team. Look at that, they've got the professional equipment, headphones with a microphone, wearing a tie. Here I'm in a t-shirt yelling into the camera. Brendan Byrne gets the escape, takes a 5-4 lead over Winchester's Joe Fallon. Takedown by Joe. Byrne does a good job of avoiding being put on his back. Joe wanted to take him down and put a pinning combo on him. Tied up 6-6, 30 seconds left in the second period. Tremblay has Joe start down. It's tied up 6-6. If he gets an escape, he has the lead, but needs the takedown. A reverse will do it too. Seconds left in the match. What a recovery by Joe Fallon. Looked like he was going to give up the takedown and some back points, but he reverses it and has Redding on his back. Seconds. Scores 9-8 in favor of Joe Fallon, Winchester. Final score 11-8. Joe Fallon with an exciting victory. 195, we have Jake Kelly for Winchester in the red singlet, going against Dan Cronin of Reading. Jake's having a very good year. Got to the finals of both the King Philip and the Sons of Italy tournament. Took second at King Philip and won the Sons of Italy just a few days ago. 2 points for the takedown, but you don't get back points if those shoulders are off the mat. Joe needs to pull him back inside. Jake needs to pull him back inside the circle. There we go. Now he starts to get some back points, and he pins him. 1:28 into the first period. Jake Kelly wins by pin. Last match of the varsity meet today, TJ Boudreau for Winchester, wrestling at 220 pounds. TJ's been in 2 tournaments, took second place at both of those tournaments, King Philip and Sons of Italy. His opponent is Andre Carr, wrestling for Reading. 30 seconds left in the first period. It's 2-0 for TJ Boudreau. Winchester has a large lead on the meet, 48-17 over Reading. Winchester has 7 pins and 2 decisions. Reading has 1 pin, a technical foul, and 2 decisions. 3-point near fall makes the score 5-0 in favor of TJ Boudreau. Excuse me, forgot the takedown there, 7-0. Seconds left in the second period. At the end of the second period, the score is TJ 7. Andre Carr of Reading 0. Gotta admire Reading cable access today. They've got a 3-man team here. One guy with the microphone doing the announcing, another guy working the camera, and a third guy keeping track of scores and the roster and giving information to the announcers. I do all 3 of those. That's why sometimes I miss part of the action. I'm writing something down, looking up some information. And suddenly these guys are on the other side of the map. 7 seconds left in the match. Coach isn't happy, TJ's not happy. Wanted a pin there. But that's the end of the match. The end of the meet against Reading. So the varsity match is over. Winchester takes a 51-17 victory. Reading has a lot of wrestlers. Look at that. Very nice uniforms too. Looks like they have enough warm-ups for not just the varsity but also the JV guys. No doubt we'll run a couple more JV matches after the varsity meet here. But that's it for the varsity. So Winchester is 2-0 to start the season with victories over both Burlington and Reading, both teams in the Middlesex League. Another JV match here, Winchester versus Reading. Charlie Cachola for Winchester in the red singlet. Has a 5-0 lead at the end of the first period. Hey John, you're looking good, man. Everyone is seeing you on WinCam there. And just like that, it's 5-5. Charlie's in a battle now. Sort of chaos here in the gym. We've got the wrestlers still lining up to go for their JV matches. We got the varsity guys walking around saying hi to all the alums back for Christmas vacation from college. And a basketball game going on in the other half of the gym, so lots of noise here. 5 seconds left. I'm not sure which period. I guess this is the second period. Charlie Cachola is down 5-7. Control that kid, Dan. Okay, Charlie with 26 seconds left catches the Reading wrestler. Should get enough points here to put him in the lead. It was 5-7. 5 seconds left. Point near fall. Charlie pulls out a victory at the end, 8-7. Lots of alums here watching the wrestling. Hey Spry, say hi. Hey Shadi, how you doing?
No, I'm working.
When we go back, it'd be nice to pull by the snow. No way, really? So they get that much snow?
The only time, the last 2 weeks I've been outside, it's been the fall.
It's already cold. Now we got snow. Who's that? Did you miss wrestling? That's what Michael keeps saying. He's trying to find people to go to the wrestling room and just roll around with them. Yeah, I know. It's a bummer we can't be here. I think you're going to be around this weekend. You're probably going to be here.
Probably not the quad. I don't know. That's a lot of wrestling.
Oh, that's about it. Yes, I can. I got to find out. Got a bit distracted. This is Kevin McGee wrestling a JV match against Reading. tied 2-2. Reading now has a 4-2 lead over Kevin McGee of Winchester. Kevin McGee wins by pin with 28 seconds left. One of our alums from the wrestling program with Coach Larry Tremblay, Brian McDonald, Don Muir, and Brendan Nowles. Next match is JV match, Nathan Landau for Winchester versus Reading High School. Nathan's quite a good wrestler, didn't really get much of a test there though. In the red singlet for Winchester, Chris Govastis. And wrestling, Chris is wrestling against Reading in a JV match here. I don't think they can hear you. I couldn't even hear you. I don't hear you. Win by pin for Chris Govastis. JV match against Reading. In the red singlet for Winchester, Matt Oliver wrestling a JV match against Reading High School. believe that makes the score 4-0 at the end of the first period. Now they do 2 1-minute periods. Has a 7-0 lead over Matt Oliver. Matt had that cradle in good, but just couldn't walk it back and turn his opponent over. To score some points here, hopefully get a pin. Seconds left in the match. Score is 9-2. Got to run that half. He's got 15 seconds left. Nice effort right at the buzzer. Given a little more time, maybe he'd have got something out of it. As it is, it ends up 7-2. Another JV match. Toby O'Mala in the red singlet for Winchester, wrestling against Reading. Plenty of time. It's 1:22 left in the first period. Left in the first period. He gets the pin. Ashley wrestling for Winchester. A JV match against Reading. Walter's in the all-black singlet. The Reading opponent's got the red stripes and the very short hair. Next up for Winchester, Bradley Peacock wrestling a JV match against Reading. Yeah. What year? After the first period, Reading holds a 5-0 lead over Bradley Peacock of Winchester. Reversal, 2-point near fall. It's 9-0 for Reading.